podcast. Hello, lovely people. Episode 12 today to my podcast. For the people who don't know me, I'm Lucie Beck, a photographer, stylist, and also a business coach for photographers. I live in Holland, live in a small village near Amsterdam with my 3 sons and husband. I'm a photographer and stylist for 5 years now. And this year, my goal is really to inspire and help other photographers with my online courses, the business coaching. And maybe if you listen to the other podcast, Project X, is hopefully in November, my Lucie membership is coming up. So that's very exciting. And last week I started with my students from my new program, Photography and Business Coaching. And yeah, this is really my thing. I really have so much pleasure in helping all those great students. And I'm already proud what they already achieved and what they already did for actions. So yes, I really feel this is really my thing, my mission on earth. But today I'm going to talk with Lili from the Clean Studio. Hi, Lili.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I'm super excited to be here.
Yes, and we already said to each other, it's so nice to see each other, because on Instagram, maybe you have lots of contact with each other, but you don't see your face or like a real conversation. So
yeah.
Tell the people who you are, what do you do?
Yeah, of course. Thank you. So I'm Lili. Well, my full name is Lidwin, which is actually from Holland.
Yeah.
But everyone calls me Lili. I'm from Belgium, born and raised. I live now near Brussels. And I have a background as a lawyer. I studied law, worked as a lawyer. And I now work as a food photographer and food stylist. I did this on the side for a few years while still working as a lawyer. And then last year during lockdown, I just decided to go all in because it had taken it was taking too much space. I felt it from deep down that it was my calling, and I at least needed to give it a shot full time. So yep, here I am. That's what I'm doing for now. Loving it one step at a time. And I have a husband and a baby, a 2-year-old. Well, that's what for the private part of it.
And how old is your baby?
Well, I still say baby. He's a toddler. He's just two years old. Yeah.
But he's growing and growing. Yeah.
He's growing. Yeah.
Great to hear. So what achievements you totally stopped with your job in as a lawyer and take the step to become full-time food stylist and food photographer?
Yeah, it's big. It was just, I think my interest shifted. I've been doing it part-time photography on this. I've taken photography for ages. Like, I love traveling, is like my oxygen, and photography was, both were just intimate, and I traveled a lot, pictured a lot, took a lot of pictures as well of my friends, families and all. When I left the bar, because I was a lawyer, I got some time back on my hands, went picturing everything, families, blah, blah, blah. And then food came into the picture. It was not a plan. I just loved cooking, loved photography, started to photography my food just to have fun. And bam, the passion
was born.
Yeah, it was just there. I just found that's really, I don't know, how do you say, like, gezellig, you say?
Yeah, cozy.
Yeah, just styling the scene and all felt really relaxing, and I loved it. I have a passion for details, and so yeah, I just started. I created my IG account, and then got a few requests from brands and all, but I was still a lawyer on the side. And then at some point, both jobs were so opposite that I needed to take the decision to just go full time with one.
Yeah.
Because once you just start allowing a bit of time for it, it's not enough, because you're like, okay, now I want to do my website, I want to reach out to brands, and then you just need to go all in or don't. Well, that's what I felt, at least. So yeah, during the first lockdown, I was feeling so much joy just by taking pictures when we had nothing else to do. I was like, okay, let's just give this a shot and we'll see. And worst case scenario, I have a diploma. I'll go back to being a lawyer, which is not the worst. I loved it, but just wanted to give a shot to photography. So yeah, big step.
Yeah, great.
Scary, but yeah.
But you also developing recipes?
Yes,
right?
yeah. I've always been cooking. My mom cooked, my grandma cooked, and I'm all about improvisation in the kitchen, which is a nightmare for my boyfriend, because when he asks something, I'm like, yeah, well, I don't remember exactly how I did it, but let me try again. So it's always different. So I love when that's how I do it every day. I have stuff in my fridge. I shop seasonally, and then I improvise.
Yeah.
Well, with savory food, because with sweet things you cannot really improvise, but with savory every day I'll just, add spices and all, whatever. So I love when a brand just has a product and wants me to embellish it with a recipe. So yeah, from the recipe development to the shoot and editing, I'm doing it all the way.
Great. And I see you're in your small studio with your light and all your props. So you're photographing with Godox, I see, with flash?
Yeah, it's new actually. I've for years, because I think I've started food 4 years ago about that as a passion at first. I only shot with natural light. I was one of those saying, natural light's the best. That's all I'm gonna shoot with. And then when I started shooting the cookbook, I felt like I needed some cohesive light, because of course with natural light, it's lovely and it's I'm not going to say it's easier, but it's less material, right? It's less technical. But then it's good when you can just pick the time of the day you want to shoot. But when you have to shoot all day long for a long period, light is changing and it's a lot of editing behind it. So I was like, okay, I'll just try. I just had a Cobra flash from my experience in wedding photography, and I didn't invest much. And I was like, let's just give this a shot. And I was amazed. I was like, natural light is the best. And, it can never be the same with artificial light. And then you're like, whoa, no, I was wrong. So yeah, it was game changer, because now at least I have options. So I just tried a few months ago, or January, I guess. And I've been loving it. It's really, then you can extend the possibilities, and for product shot, it's amazing too. So I'm with Godox right now.
Such a nice discovery.
And
I saw you worked for your first for an assignment for a cookbook.
That's a first. That was unexpected, and a great opportunity for a French blogger. We had been in contact. She has a toddler too, about the same age, so we've met each other through Instagram and all. We've been chatting a lot, and she had done one cookbook before and she wanted to do a second one, but first one she shot it herself. Now she was busier and wanted to reach out to a professional photographer to have it done. So bam, I was on board, and it was an amazing adventure. I've learned so much also about me, about the process, and it's
you did all the cooking, styling, photography all by yourself?
So how it worked is, because she's in France and I'm in Belgium, and it was locked down and complicated to just be together, we've decided that I was gonna cook, so I did the art direction, the cooking, the styling, and the photography. She created all the recipes, and we decided to work apart and on a long period of time. So she could keep on working on the recipes, and I was gonna shoot the pictures step by step. So it actually took 5 months. I worked every week for her since January until May, I guess. She sent me the recipes. I grocery shopped, cooked it all, and did the styling and shot it all. So it was big, but it feels so good to have it in my hands. Like, it's amazing how it turned out. So yeah, nice opportunity it was for a French editing house. I don't know how you say this in English.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
So yeah, really happy with the results. She's happy too. It's already sold out. It's been out for, I don't know.
Wow.
And they're going to print a second round. So yeah, great adventure.
Very proud. Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, and it's really also, it shows you that you can work apart. We've never met, and I shot a cookbook. So but then you're learning a lot about how to properly communicate with your client too, and that's trickier when the client is a recipe developer, because she has a strong idea in her head how things has to look.
Yeah.
Because she cooked it, and then you realize, oh, but yeah, you need to be really precise on how it has to look, how much time it has to cook, because ovens are different, and just our minds are different. We don't imagine things the same. So it's really, I've learned a lot also, and things that that is going to be useful for my future collaborations with my clients as well. So
yeah, Clarence before the shoot is very practical indeed, but she did really love your style. So there was really like a trust with the client, with you. So
definitely. Great. She gave me a lot of freedom.
Yeah,
I would come up with the styling ideas and everything, and then she would validate on the shooting day, so that we made sure, because the point is that she loves it, not that she sees it afterwards and she's like, oh, I wish, blah, blah, blah. So we did this with distance, but yeah, she trusted me. She loved my style. That's why she came to me. But then she had her input as well. Like the photography of the cover, it took us 5 hours.
Okay.
So I came up with the idea, and then we went back and forth, with, oh, maybe this cake would go there, blah, blah, blah. So it was really teamwork, and from far away. So that's amazing to realize it's doable. There's no borders anymore. No. With our jobs, it's doable.
Yeah, great. And what kind of clients do you have now at the moment? Can you subscribe to your clients? Are there restaurants or?
No, it's mainly brands, because restaurants, I have one this month actually. So it's either brands who needs recipe creation and photography of their products enhanced. Either it's mainly for, how do we say this in English? Not for Instagram, right? Like, that's not my main niche. It's like we say white label in French. I have a few brands that need, I have a few sponsored posts, but I take a few, like, I'm vegetarian and I like to promote sustainable food brands. So if really it fits my values, and that is something I would have bought for me, then I accept some sponsored posts, but it's like 1% of my activity. The rest is taking pictures for the brand, either for their social media or for prints. And then restaurants, a few, but since I started during lockdown, I had a few before lockdown. Then during lockdown, it was really terrible. They had no budget. The brand, like the restaurant, they needed to focus on their priority. So, and now I have a few, but it's not what I do mainly. And then also I take pictures. I have lifestyle pictures that I take from their business. So I would go on location, have pictures, portraits of the team, of their backstage of some of their products. So either it's food that I shoot in my studio, or products, or both, or I go on location for some lifestyle shots. So that's mainly what I do.
Great to hear.
Yeah, I love that. I think if I didn't, I would miss people, because it's a lonely job, right? To shoot from your home studio. So that's how I managed to have both, because I love people and I love meeting my clients too. So I like to go on location and have lifestyle shoots as well. And it's nice for them to have that a few times a year, so they have content for the Instagram, and showing your faces nowadays is important. So that is something they like as well.
Yeah, I hear that a lot, and I also experienced that if you're a photographer, most of the time you're working alone. So that's why I organize those gathering and styling events here in Holland. It's next near Belgium, but it's like an event where people can come and then just making pictures and talk to each other, and share their experiences, or just like a creative networking. And I think I do it already for years, but people really love it. And there are already such a lovely, they're growing lovely connections, So
I have to join one. I saw one. I thought about coming when you had it in, I don't know, it was an amazing like old factory in
before COVID. Yeah, I know.
And I wanted to come and then it didn't happen. I don't know, I had something, whatever, but yeah, I would love to join. It's gonna be near Belgium this time.
I don't know.
Oh, I thought that's what you did. I misunderstood, but yeah, no.
It was like a hint.
Okay, but I'll definitely look into it. I'd love to come at some point, because you're right. Gathering people is, it's necessary. We are like social animals. We have to see each other. And after the lockdown, I think we value more now, even more, the importance of human connections, and
I agree.
Yeah.
So I was wondering, you also have some questions for me.
Yeah, well, no, I do actually. I do. And I thought about it, what I was interested in and what maybe the people would be. People in my position that started not long ago and that are now on Instagram, which is a lovely platform. I love it. Like, I've met amazing people on there and made so much connections and learned a lot, because I think like by watching all of this content is really interesting and inspiring. But I feel like social media can be really, how do you say it, can give you anxiety issues, because everyone's just overwhelming, can be overwhelming, because everyone's just showing them as their best self, which is, they're showing their business and the best part of it, I guess. And it can gives you the idea that everyone's just on top of the world and their business went skyrocketing in a night, and you're like, why isn't mine? And what I realize now is that it takes time and it's okay. So I'm not rushing it. I'm doing it one step at a time, enjoying it all the way. But I'm like, how was it for you? Like, when you started, did you get overwhelmed? Did you give yourself some times? Because you see everything on Instagram. And I think it's important to get back to reality. Like, every business takes time to be built, and it's okay. And so I think some reality call chat here would be nice. I would love to know how it started for you, and I'm sure everyone would love to as well. So
so I before becoming a photographer and stylist, I already had a company in creative workshops, and then I sold it to another company because my findability on Google was very high. So actually I sold my website. And then I had a baby and 2 toddlers, and I was, my fourth baby, actually my company was gone, was sold. So I had lots of time and I just worked in the kindergarten for earning money. And after 6 months, it was starting to itch again. So I just started my blog, mylucie.com, to use it as my creative path, because I didn't know what to do, but it's starting itching. I want to do creative things and making pictures, and because I also already had a blog on my old website, but I really like blogging and sharing my knowledge, and so I also used Instagram for that part. So I don't know if people are already following me from that time, like 5 years ago, but it was very nice to discover all those things. So I was photographing flowers or cupcakes or stuff like that. And then a very long story, I photographed some props for a brocante shop. And then her husband was asking, maybe you have to photograph some fries and hamburgers. So I photographed these, and the owner from this restaurant really liked my pictures. And that's how I started my food photography job. And I shared everything on Instagram. Stories was just starting. I can remember I had my first shoot at this restaurant, and I was filming the jerks with the ringing bells, and I was taking my props, and I just shared everything. And when I just had my first client, I shared it on Instagram. So, and also I had a lot of time in the morning, because my 3 kids were awake at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't go to sleep anymore. They were on, they were awake. So I had lots of time in the morning. And then I often do my Instagram post. So in the morning, every day I did my Instagram post, and I was finished for the rest of the day. And of course, I did in the rest of the day, I did lots of engagement. So like just connecting with other people, yeah, talking, just connecting with all different people. And I also participated with a lot of challenges. I have to admit there are lots right now, but I still have my own challenge, the Only One challenge. I started it in the beginning, and lots of people are still participating. So that challenge is actually moved to the account Lucie Beck Drops for my webshop for the final backdrops. But it was also like a challenge for me and improve my photography and styling skills. And I also blogged like 3 times per week because I had the time then. So I just started, and actually I was just honest, and also, and still I try to show my private life, because I think other people will recognize also themselves, because I'm also a mother. I also have 3 children who do silly things or beautiful things or whatever. I also shared not very nice things about my private lives, what's happening, you know, and I think that will open a door to others. And I also, yeah, I think it's really important to follow your feeling, and not only to have focus on Instagram to get clients, but also on your website.
That's so true, yeah.
Because I'm thinking of you right now, you're living in Belgium. You have other clients than me, you know, because you live in another country. But also, if you do live in Holland, you maybe had other clients, because I do not cook and develop recipes, you know. So I think it's really important that your findability in Google is great. And that also costs time. But really, lots of people find me through Google or Pinterest. Don't forget that one.
Yeah, it's important.
Yeah.
To diversify. To me, Instagram can bring you client. And it's great and good for that, but it should not be where you put all your energy. I don't know, like a friend of mine, and I think it's really useful. She said, just analyze, where does your client come from? Is it from Instagram? No, then don't invest too much time on it, because it's exhausting. I love it, but I have to calm myself down and think, okay, let's just invest your time in some more, how do you say, when it's a lasting process, because Instagram might shut down. I don't know, it might disappear. And then what are you like? To me, that's why I also am now investing in a proper website. I have mine, I did it myself, so it's homemade, but now I'm investing in a more professional one, because to me this will last, and that's what I want. I don't want to be not reliable, but to only have Instagram as a client.
No, it's a good example what you're saying. If Instagram suddenly would disappear, what do you have after it or next to it? So and I also think Instagram is changing a lot, like also with video and stuff like that. We are photographers, so but for me, on the other side, for Instagram, there are lots of students for me who want to learn from me. So that's why, and I still love Instagram because I'm getting lots of inspiration from it and nice connections. And I really think if Instagram wasn't there, I didn't had all those really lovely connections.
No, definitely.
Yeah. So, but you have to make a balance in it.
Yeah, exactly.
And find what your, just what you said, where are your clients? And maybe you have different clients. I have different clients. So I have my students for my workshops and courses and business coaching, but I also have clients who want to make pictures from their products or their food. So, yeah.
And those, I guess, I find you find better by ranking good on Google and with your portfolio, because those are professional agencies and brands, and Instagram's great, but they want to see, because Instagram often also you try to have stuff, I don't know, that will fit. Well, I've never really had a strategy on Instagram, which is why I'm not like bam exploding there, but some have, and so their feed does not maybe represent all they can do. So it's important to have your portfolio showcase on a website so that clients can see everything that you can do, because Instagram is maybe not always.
Yeah, well, I think both. I mean, when I have contact with a client, I can send them the link to my portfolio from my website, but also send them the link from my Instagram, because on my Instagram feed there are lots of pictures I recently made, and I still have to place them on my portfolio. Maybe I have to make a topic for it for a monthly to-do thing. But and I know clients also look at my Instagram page.
Yeah.
And
so
sometimes and they also want to know who's that person. And people also look at you for do I like her or him?
Exactly. That's what I think Instagram also is helpful with, and that's why I'm sometimes I am showing my face, and because I've realized that that's how it works for us. When we work with someone, it's also about connecting with the person, trusting the person, so it helps. And I find that Instagram is good for that, because then you have a hint of who the person is and what she's like, if it fits, if it matches, or if it can, and then you contact her and you see afterwards. But yeah, it's like Instagram is giving life to your portfolio, which you don't really see the person behind. So both are great and a good tool.
And of course blogging, because then every time you have new content on your website, and Google like that a lot. So I'm not a writer, when I deliver like a production for a magazine, I will not do the text or stuff like that. But my blog is my blog. It's from me. It's my own island, I can do what I want there, and I just want to inspire people and share my knowledge. And so I'm just typing, and it's in my style of text.
Yeah, it's you.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Yeah,
and of course, when you do it often, you will learn more about it, or will develop your style, or reading more tips about blogging. But yeah, and you can also make intern links to your portfolio, or to your to my business program. You know, you can add intern links. Yeah.
yeah, I don't have a blog. Yeah, I don't know. I should have years ago. Now I'm like, I don't know. We'll see. I'm not I don't like to write all those, texts and pages and all. So
Maybe
I
it
guess
isn't necessary.
I never did. I thought if I have a blog, I was just gonna post the recipes, but then I don't know if it's gonna work out. So I actually never started one, but who knows?
Well, I think it makes a difference if you want to do it and if you have pleasure in it. Otherwise, it becomes like a thing you have to do. And also, if you have clients, if you have enough work.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I thought of doing it just because I thought it was gonna be a nice space where I could have all my recipes, because as I said, I'm improvising. So, and I almost never write, well, except when it's for a client, of course. But then I'm like, oh, it would be my library of all my recipes, and they will stay there for once. But yeah, we'll see. Who knows? I might one day. Can I ask how long it took you to really have a proper living out of your activity when you started photography? Because it's, of course, as everyone started step by step.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to just be
I
like,
think
okay, now I'm earning my life properly now?
yeah. Well, I started from like a safe position. So I worked like 3 days or afternoons in a kindergarten, and it was not like a regular job, but I could decide my own work time. And so suddenly I was noticing, oh, I'm getting more assignments, more jobs. So, okay, now I'm working for 2 days. Okay, now more assignments, more work. Okay, now I'm working one day. And then there was the point that I have to say no to clients, because that day I didn't work like 4 days, I thought. I only worked like 3 days, and the other 2 days I had my kids. Now I'm working 4 days, and sometimes more. But so then I made the decision, okay, now I really have to quit my job at the kindergarten, because I have those assignments and I want to do them, and I just want to follow my feeling, just like you. But then I had the safe start.
Yeah.
And of course, I sold my company, so I had a little amount from that. So, but it gave me lots of rest. And I was very active on Instagram, writing blogs, reaching out to clients, stuff like that. And I still have like advantage from that, from my blogs, for example. I really worked hard for growing on Instagram. It didn't come to me suddenly. I really worked hard for it. And now I can use it, so
Yeah.
I'm really grateful for that.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I have one last question. Since you're a mother of 3, I'm impressed. How do you manage it all? But they go to school now, right? Yeah. But you started, they were little, right? Because you said it was after you gave birth that it came. So how did you manage back then and now with your children? Do you have tips on how to manage it all? Like, I know you were an early bird, right?
Yes, well, actually, when I worked those 3 days, I already had like a nanny, or my mother, and the parents from my husband also live in Breukelen, the city, the village where I live. So they go to the grandparents, and I think 2 years ago I had a really big assignment as a food photographer, and it was often on a Wednesday, and then it was my child day. But then I was saying to myself, I really want to do this job, and it was a very from a long period. So I just found like a nanny at home. So the people who play with their friends, but they also can be just chilling at home, and that's what I prefer. So I just have like 4 days grandparents or a nanny, and my eldest son is already 11, so he do his own thing. And at the moment, Robert is also working from home, so there's often someone at home. So yeah, I have just they're going to school or their grandparents or to a nanny. But I also can choose if I want to have free time with them, like in a holiday or in a study day from school. They're all free. And I'm just blocking my agenda, and then I'm just having a day with the kids. So, and of course, I will I often get up early, like 6 o'clock. And then I'm doing my affirmations, setting goals and stuff like that. But I also will do like have a look on my emails. So when I have a shoot the day, then I'm relaxed. And then of course I will have to check my email later on. So, but I'm getting stronger in saying no. And also scheduling time in my agenda for new projects, because that's often exciting, but you don't know if it's going to work, like for my new program, my business coaching. But I really had a gut feeling I really have to do this. And I think people want this. And I really want to help other photographers who are just starting out. But that meant that I have to say no to assignments to make all those videos, making the emails, just finishing it. But now it's working out. So yeah.
Yeah, it's a matter of prioritizing and
yeah, and I'm at my best in the morning, not in the evening. So that's also why I'm working with a team, because I don't want to work every single minute of the day. I also want to relax also in the weekend and have me time, or have a run in the park, you know. I don't only want to work, but I really like my work.
Now I understand. Since how long have you had a team, and who do you have in your team, if I can ask? Like, what are they doing? It's interesting.
Yes, I'm actually I have to search it out, but I think I already worked with a team like a year later when I just starting out, or maybe 2 years, because I noticed that, you know, if you want to grow, you need others. You can't do anything. Also, sometimes I'm a little bit impatient to sort things out, especially technical things.
Oh, I'm the same.
But if I have to sort it out, and I will take 8 hours, but I can rent a specialist, and it will take like 1 hour. Yeah, okay. For me, the decision is very easily made.
Yeah, definitely.
And actually, the team where I'm working at, actually, they're also food photographers. So, and I already had a click with them. So I think that's really important, because we have to trust each other. And they know exactly in which setting I am. You know, they know the world of the food photography. We also work together with bigger projects, or someone else is doing the cooking and I'm doing the styling and photography. They know about the challenges, and because I work with a team, I have more time for spending time with my kids or with my friends or doing other stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's a really great decision, I think.
No, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm thinking later on, that's definitely something because it's rich to, we say in French, there's always more in more heads, like I don't know how to translate
Yeah,
that.
and I
but
also get feedback, so that's very,
yeah,
I often work alone, but if you're working with a team, and the team is really strong, so they can, and I really appreciate when they're giving me feedback, because
Yeah.
otherwise I don't know. So, and of course, if I will do the things all alone, I will earn more money, but I prefer to not have burnout.
Definitely, that's important.
Life is too short, and I will just,
Then enjoy it.
enjoy it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I feel you. I'm the same.
yeah. So, yeah, I'm really happy where I am right now, and I think I'm not there where I have to be, but it's coming, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
Thank you.
So, well, thank you. It's almost like an hour.
Yeah, I told you I'm chatty, and the
No,
both
no,
of us.
sorry. I
Yeah,
think it's really, actually, I have this every time with the podcast because it's so nice to connect and sharing experiences.
yeah, it is.
Yeah, great.
And it was a first for us, so an hour is not much. I'm sure we could have gone all afternoon.
Yeah, great. So, Lily, where can people find you on Instagram and your website?
So my Instagram is Le Green Studio, so LE Green Studio, all attached. And my website is the same. It's www.legreenstudio.com. It's actually on, it's the new one, but if you go there, you'll be linked to the old one. So this one is a work in process, but so you are gonna be forwarded to the old one to find me.
Okay,
So
great.
yeah, I guess for now it's all. I should, but I don't have yet a Pinterest account or Twitter or anything. So Instagram or website, don't hesitate to contact me.
Yeah,
I'd love to answer any questions if people have.
great. For the people who are listening, I will describe your website and Instagram link. I will put it in. Lily, it was so nice to talk with you.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was.
And hopefully we will meet each other offline.
That would be awesome. Let's do this.
So thank you so much. And people who are listening, of course, you can make a screenshot from it. You will make me very happy. Share it on your Instagram stories. And then I also can share it in my stories. So have a nice day. And I will speak to you next time.